A few months back in July, YouTube demonetized my channel. Now, I hadn't done anything wrong. In fact, I had done nothing at all. And that is the problem. I haven't posted in about a year. And turns out YouTube doesn't like when you don't post. So they demonetized my channel due to inactivity, which is, kind of true. What happened? And what is this video? Well, I sort of explaining what happened and where we're going from here. And thank you to everyone who has stuck around in the absence of my presence. So, sort of long story short, I kind of got my own way. A lot of it had to do with being busy, but I had sort of set a standard for myself, a precedent that every video I would upload would have to be bigger and better and at this certain level of quality, and that really takes a lot of time, especially for someone who's not full-time on YouTube yet. And a lot of these projects and aspirations are for that of a full-time YouTuber, which has always been the goal, but I can't exactly get there if I don't post. And I can't post if I don't have the adequate time to give to these huge projects, which I have acquired quite a backlog on, as it turns out. So instead of posting short videos about little smaller projects like I used to in the past, these projects have grown to be unmanageable for the amount of time I have, because you'll notice that the upload quantity really dropped down a couple years back once I started working completely for myself. I used to work for a company. I was subcontracted to a company where I would go and shoot some work during the day and then upload it, and then they would have their own editors edit those projects in the end. And that would give me time at the end of the day to sort of have the creative headspace to be able to work on these projects, since during the day most of the stuff was more just camera work and it wasn't all the editing. But now I have to do all my own editing, so a lot of times I'll be sitting and working on a project for many hours, and then the creative juices get sapped, and then I can't exactly sit down and dump a whole bunch more hours into these massive projects that I got myself into. Now, it's not to say that I won't finish those projects. I still want to, and I still probably will, a good number of them at least, but I do have to sort of temper my expectations of what I am to upload. So we're going to talk a minute about what you can expect from here on out. You'll see a lot more diverse stuff. A couple years back, I got finally diagnosed with ADHD, which I think everyone kind of knew all along. So it turns out that when you have ADHD, you have a lot of different interests. And all of mine tend to be all in the creative field. So between like cinema, music, games, actual hand-drawn artwork, animation, all that stuff, photography, video, it all is things I have pursued and have learned a good bit about over the past lifetime. So I will probably be jumping around between different topics of that, and sometimes that means just talking about a topic if it should come up in the news about certain things that I care about. So I might have just a few talking head videos like this that, pop up from time to time, in order to keep myself consistent, because it really helps me to have momentum when it comes to uploading and making sure that, I'm consistent, because more time that passes, you stress yourself that the next thing you have to do is bigger or better, justify the length of time that has elapsed since the last time you posted, that sort of stuff. And it's all not very healthy. So I don't know why you particularly subscribed, and I hope I can keep creating the videos that you expected, but it will jump around a bit, since this channel is really to encompass all of my interests and passions and things that I pursue and things that I care about, which does encompass all the creative things as well as technology, because I have a unique upbringing where my father was an electrical engineer and had computers, all that stuff. I have a big interest in electronics, but I also had an art teacher grandmother, and just the two are combined for me, and there will be a blend of the both, and that is to be expected today, especially, I think. But I do have some unique perspectives because I'm not just an art guy who uses technology. I am a tech guy who also is an artist. I have very synchronized interests there, so you will see more of a blend of the two and perhaps some more unique perspectives, since I am sort of evenly split between the two. Now, as for those projects, well, I don't want to spoil some of them because I really hope that I can pull off some of the other ones, but there's a couple of ideas I had. The biggest one that has really set me back, which was I was supposed to post last year and didn't finish because it's big. I incubated this idea 3 years ago, and yeah, let's not spoil it, but it does have to do with cameras. And so far so good, but I had to restart a few things a few times because the idea sort of evolved over time, and this has been a track record for my entire life. I've always started projects that ballooned into things that, you know, one person shouldn't be able to do alone and probably can't, and if I had infinite time and, you know, could really dump everything into this, then I probably could finish a lot of them a lot easier, but I live in Atlanta, and it is very expensive here for no good reason, and bills have to get paid, and I have to work, and, well, see, I dug myself a few miles deep into this bunker, and, you know, sometimes those wires get tripped on. I just gotta stop doing that. I don't like it. Anyway. So, yeah. Gonna try to get back into the swing of things, because I really need to get regular at this, because I still have that itch for YouTube. So, prepare to see a little bit more. I've finally sort of set up a little bit of a studio space so that I can kind of just sit down and record when need be, and that should help things out so that I don't have to like set up every time. And yeah, that was part of one of the things that slowed me down. So we're gonna make progress, and see you soon, I guess.